Hi there. Welcome to 2022 Gardening Episode 5. This week, we are going to start installing the drip irrigation system. I secretly already started last weekend, so you can see that footage. It's very exciting, making good progress. We're going to plant the potatoes, some of them, which have been down here. We probably got to plant our raspberry bushes, get that outside because that's decently cold hardy. And that's it. Really, the irrigation is the big thing for this week. It is a lot of work. I have to drill 2 holes under concrete sidewalks. If I get one of them done, I'll be really impressed. As a reminder, it is March 25th. Next weekend is April 1st weekend. I will be gone for 2 days of that, so I won't get a lot done. And then the following weekend is April 8th and 9th, and that is after our last frost date. So that's when I start getting things in the ground, start putting seeds in the ground. And the seed starts here. And we are leaving town May 15th or so. And I need to have the drip irrigation done by then, so the plants don't die while we're gone. My mother-in-law will keep an eye on them, but she's not going to water every day. So that's it. Let's do all of those things. And first, we will check in with the seed starts here.
And we're on.
So the first thing we'll notice is these tomatoes are doing much, much better than these tomatoes. These are not on a heating pad. These are on a heating pad. So they're looking good. This spinach is starting to look a little pale. I think it needs to get in the ground because I think it's eating up the food that was in this stuff. Because I just really use coco coir and a very, very small amount of potting soil mixed together. So not a lot of food in here. So these need to get in the ground soon. But spinach is decently cold hardy, so I'm thinking maybe next weekend. Peppers, not happy with the cold. It's kind of a shame. I was hoping to get a head start, but we'll just redo those from seed in the ground. Basil's all doing pretty well. And of course the lettuce is doing great, and the Napa cabbage and all that is doing fine. So, yeah, feeling good about the seed starts. Tomatoes especially, looking really good. Looking really good. 2 weeks till we get the stuff in the ground. And every day we leave this door open so they get some hardening off, and this cart's on wheels. So starting next weekend, I'll probably start wheeling it out during the day sometimes. I have been letting these dry out for a week or so. Some of these I was letting, you're supposed to cut them into smaller pieces. Each piece has some eyes on it. I did it to the Kennebecks, but I didn't do it to these Yukon Golds or these Russets. So I'm gonna chop the rest of these. I got a few more egg cartons. You're supposed to give them 24 hours to let the cut side harden up before you plant them. I'd love to get these planted this weekend, so I'm gonna do all the cutting now so I can plant these tomorrow, hopefully. I ordered these wooden garden labels because I'm sick of plastic. It's just bamboo, so, fast growing. I don't know. We'll see if I like them or not, but I'm excited to try them. I'd love to be able to just make my own. It's obviously just something somebody did on a CNC machine, but, they're not that expensive. But it's tempting. I'm still thinking about that. Look at that lovely compost. Yeah, it's doing well. I'm going to start using this stuff in building my in-ground beds very soon, next few weeks, along with this leaf mold compost, which I used a bunch of already, but there's more. Yeah, it's pretty good. This is 2 years worth of compost for me. I'm happy with it. Okay, so this is the faucet we're using, spigot, and it also goes behind all this crap to the hose link. So we're going to need to split it. Right now it blocks all these poles that I store here, and I think I want the hose to go behind the poles. So I need to move all this stuff out, because you got to get rid of all of this stuff out of the way. Well, I am failing completely to get that to not leak, but it is by no means finished. So we have a couple problems here. We'll go over those in a minute. But we have run this like a 1/2-inch tube up here, and over here, and down here, and then it goes down and over to the first birdie's bed. All right, so this is a temporary setup. That pressure regulator right there is garbage, and it is leaking no matter what I do. I could Teflon tape it up, but we don't have a timer yet. We have this timer, the Wise Orchard, that was recommended to me on YouTube about 2 years ago. And I bought it, and I never set up my drip irrigation. And now, when I pulled it out to use it, there's no app in the App Store, and it cannot work without an app. Also, the box said EU version on it, so I guess I just got an EU version. I got ripped off. It was the height of the pandemic. I panic bought. I shouldn't have done it. I have a new one coming. Should be here next week. So, next week, we will have a new pressure regulator and a new timer. But in the meantime, I have started to run my drip line. So we go over here, we go in here, and then we go down, and then we're gonna go over to that birdie's bed and up into it. And that's all not leaking, and that's doing great. So we're gonna keep running that for now. So next we're gonna start on a drip, but we did some initial stuff last week, and we needed some more parts. We needed a new timer, because the timers we had were broke ass timers. Real disappointment, they were not cheap. And we got some new parts for the 1/4 inch and a new regulator and some more tubing. So I'm gonna get all this organized into that bin right there before we get started. Okay, I have gotten everything organized. Got this sweet organizer for all these parts, so I don't have to keep running back and forth. This is the Eve Aqua. I am an iOS user, and this is built to work with Apple HomeKit. It is thread enabled, which is a whole thing, very convenient. I have a HomePod Mini outside, not far from the spigot, so I have thread, which is a very low power home networking stuff. So there's a little QR code on this, and I can use that to set this up in my phone. I'm holding my phone, so I'm going to do that off camera, and then we'll move this over and start doing some irrigation stuff. All right, where we last left off, we got this all working and not leaking. It's on now. It's been on all week. It's not leaking. This goes to the hose link. It's right there. That's my hose. Reaches all over the yard. That's the hose. This is the regulator, pressure regulator, size adapter, and then the drip irrigation, which goes over to the first birdie's bed there. All works great, but we need to get the timer in right there. So that is what we're going to do. I thought this wasn't working, but it looks like I got it all sealed up. So, let's see. Yep. No, there's some drips. So we're going to replace that too. That's what we're going to do. All right. Get that replaced, get the timer in there, test the timer, and then continue on building the rest of the drip. Okay, water is flowing through that in both things, and there are no leaks. I'm going to leave it on all week to test it, but it's looking good. And also, best part, watch this. Drip comes around to here, it is off. Press the button, turn it on, and it works. Press the button, turn it off, and it goes off. Yay! So now we're going to keep building our drip system, but we have a functioning timer and switch that I can control from anywhere. Very exciting. All right, we have one whole bed with the 1/4 inch surrounding it. We're going to have 1/8 inch through the bed like that, but I'm not doing it yet because I don't have perforated drip tape. I just have solid, which means I have to put little emitters like this one on, and you know, it's looking good. It's emitting, so that's working well. And the whole thing is coming out here, and I don't see any leaks anywhere. So let's turn this off and start digging. All right, what do we have here? We have our PVC pipe. It is 1 inch, maybe 2. It's big. And it is wider than our irrigation tubing. So ultimately, once this pipe gets underneath there, the tubing will go right in it. It is attached to a garden hose with some cheap PVC fittings and some white duct tape. And apparently you just slowly massage it through. It's gonna take a long time, but that's what you do. And I've carved this drain so this water will go out here. There it goes. Please don't go into there. Yes. Perfect. Gotta go that way. So we got good drainage. Slowly work that tube through there. Lots of people do this on YouTube. Supposedly it works. I'm dubious, but we're gonna give it a shot. Here we go. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Look at that. And over here. That is completely crazy that that worked. I can't believe it. That really is something. Well, I guess I'll keep laying lines. I got this one to do as well. It makes me a little nervous. That's a lot of hard work. I'm pretty exhausted. Once again, that looks a lot easier on time-lapse than it does in reality. So I got the tubing now running down L shape through here, through the tube, and out here. Originally, I was gonna make another trench right there and go over there. That tube is not long enough because this is a double width sidewalk that's got that little enclave there. Someday we make a container out of that enclave next year. But I'm thinking now I might just tee off right here and run it right along this sidewalk. I might even get green irrigation tubing. I don't know. But we're gonna think about that when I consult with my wife. All right, well, I've run a test to here and it is flowing, but I'm gonna keep going through this bed at least, right here, go up into this bed and see if that works. Okay, it's flowing out of the second bed. So, and it's good pressure, so I don't think I need to worry about that. Got one test emitter here, just a little 1 gallon per minute, I think. But it's going. Over here, it goes down, and up and around. That emitter's going. So I think we are good. And we're done for the day. So I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. Here we are. Here's the next day. We're gonna go from this bed down and over and up into this bed. Yeah, we're doing okay. My wife and I had a long talk last night about the best way to handle this situation, whether we go under that double wide sidewalk there or we go along here. And this is all on a downward slope towards the pond. So I feel like that'd be even harder. We'd have to go in this way with the PVC. And right there, I would have to it'd have to be really long. And that iris, although it looks very sad at the moment, it's not an iris, some sort of plant. It is a healthy plant and I don't want to cut it up. So, and I'd have to dig really deep and it's just a big pain. And it would take twice as long as this one. And so we have elected that we're going to somehow dig a trench right along here. Just pull up the grass, get the pipe down, and come over this way. That's the hope. Right, Jane?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Daddy's gonna work on irrigation today. What are you gonna do?
Help.
All right. Can I come help?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to work. Okay, we've done that part. Down from that bed, out to this bed, all the way around. And here, it's coming out. Doesn't look like there's any leaks. I put one emitter over here. Just a small one. Somewhere, there it is. And it is emitting. There it is. And it is emitting. So we are good. All right, let's keep going. Press it up. Now we wait for it to turn off. And you can hear the sound over there. Listen for the sound. There it goes. Now it turns off. See?
I did a great job.
You did. Okay, we have made a T-joint and split the both beds. When I tested it, there's no leak, so that's good, so we buried it. But this bed is lower to the ground, is lower than this bed because we're on a slope. So my hope is when this bed has its whole circuit in it, the pressure will equalize, and then the water will go to this bed. I am now kind of paranoid that's not gonna happen. So where there is a T in the ground, I could switch that to an L, go up to this bed, circle, go down, back over, and then up to this bed. That's probably what I should do. Jane?
What's that?
Thank you very much for being quiet while we are filming. Can you say you're welcome?
You're welcome. What's that?
What was that sound?
What? I know you know. I think it might be a sound of a mommy. Maybe. Let's go check.
Okay, let's go check. Okay, we are back. This bed was significantly lower in height and fill than all the other beds. That one's pretty low too, but not as bad. But this one was just bothering me a bunch. So I thought I'd get that filled, just suck it up and do it because I didn't want to put the drip in, put the bed too low, and then add more drip later. So that is done. In addition, I looked online and it turns out that the Lowe's hardware near me had drip tubing in stock. So I went and got 200 more feet so I can keep going today on the drip tubing. I do want to play with the potatoes, but I'd rather get this done. So we're gonna keep going. I have thought about it and I'm gonna redo this part and I'm gonna change that to an L bracket. I'm gonna go up this bed, around this bed, back down, over and up so that there's no T. It's just one whole loop. That is the goal. So we're gonna dig that up, do this bed, do that bed, all on beautiful time lapse featuring the lovely music of my old band, Rockets Burst from the Streetlamps. Here we go.
That it gets covered up,
Right.
but it's hard work. I'll show you what I'm doing. You thought some of it was more done.
Yeah.
I'm kind of going like that.
One more time.
It's so hard.
Now you know how Logan feels from Logan and Isabel. He has to do 3 takes of everything. This is the life of the partner of a YouTuber. Okay, this bed is done. It goes up. Let's see, where are we? There it is, up. And it goes around. I got a testimeter on the far side of the bed. Testimeter is dripping nicely, goes around, and it comes out. At one point, I had these two connected, 2 T's, but I was worried that it would never actually go around the bed and it would just go down, up, and out. So fix that, now it goes down. Then we're gonna do the last bed. Then we're gonna join my poor wife who is trenching over there to get to the other half of the garden. Seems we had a burst in bed 1. Let's get that fixed. All right, all fixed. Okay, here we are. Bed 1. Just the emitter going. No leaks. Had a big leak there, fixed. Goes around. Goes down. That's the baby monitor. Goes down, under, to here. There's a T. We're gonna make a trench. My wife has started. Right now it's only going this way. There's another trench. Bed 2. Goes up. Bed 2. Here's an emitter. It is emitting. Goes through this whole bed. And it goes down. It's underground. Goes up to this bed. Here's an emitter. It is emitting. Goes through this bed. Goes down. Goes underground. I haven't finished reburying it yet. Comes up. Goes all the way around this bed. I see a leak. Gotta fix that leak. And over here, there's an emitter. And it is emitting. So we'll fix that leak. And it goes down. And it comes around to this bed that we just did. We have a leak here. And we have an emitter. And it is emitting. So 2 leaks to fix. Let's do it. What I am learning is that now that the system is closed off and there aren't many pressure releases except for a few small regulated emitters, this new tubing I bought today is a little bit looser and I'm getting a couple leaks in my joints. So I got to push it in all the way in. Not a big deal. And also once I get the whole system, I suspect it'll be fine. So we're going to keep going for now. I will tighten that joint up. And we're going to see if we can lay the tubing over to part 2. We also got these on-off switches while we were at Lowe's, so I added one to this bed so that this whole section I can turn on and off while I'm working on the other section. I don't know how useful it'll be, but I figured I had one. I got a bunch of them, so if I need to, I could turn off. I can't turn off individual beds because they're sequential, so, you know, I could turn off the rest of the beds. We shall see, but I thought one would be useful here. All right. We're gonna get all of this remulched in a couple weeks. Just to make it look all really nice when I'm done with all the work. Going through this whole bed. It is going through this whole line. It is going underground. It is going in this new trench that my amazing wife dug into the T-junction, under here, up there, through that bed, all the way down, and it works! Yay! We did not plant potatoes, but I am very happy. We are at the end of the road, the last bed, the big bed, and it is working. And this emitter is very happy. So exciting.